I hand Suzu a bottle of alcohol.
The sphincter clears her throat. Yes, so we need you to find our princess as soon as possible and bring her back.
All right.
Right, in the game for a moment, what gear do we actually need for this, do you think, guys?
In question towards the commander herself, how far is this kingdom away?
We can provide you with steeds that will bring the kingdom perhaps a 3-day trek.
You have no mages with teleport or dimension door?
Unfortunately not.
How would Jules know about those things?
Because they're magic's common knowledge. And
Make
I'd
me a
imagine
joke.
that the ability to teleport would be something thieves would be aware of.
Make me a joke. I do that.
Our summoner who's capable, our only high-level mage who's capable of doing that is currently not in. He has accompanied our princess.
Well, we have a quick escape route once we've got her, then.
I don't think escape route is the right term, but yes.
Poor Suzu.
Aww.
I hand her another bottle. Just like,
Oh,
not
God.
breaking eye contact with Sprinkler, just taking another one out, tugging the cloth from the top because these were designed as Molotovs, and handing her the bottle.
It's full of gasoline. Don't drink it.
No, it's just really high alcohol content.
Laniel has been staring at Veyron this whole time.
I'm trying to think, like, in character, what we would want to take with us.
Yeah.
Like,
Speaking of things to take with us, Veyron, you mentioned something back in insert town name that I've forgotten here.
Hoprit.
That's the one.
back in that town you murdered the fuck out of.
He sort of winces and
I don't actually say
that. Okay. He looks at Lania. He sort of smiles, and he looks around and says, "It doesn't seem like you need it anymore, but give me a second, I'll grab it." And he gestures to a sphincter and sort of some sort of code. She nods at him, and he leaves.
Right. If we could get a carriage, steeds to pull it, and some. If you could get hold of some wands of healing. Because the damage we took just getting to the palace shows we need some of that on tap to be able to fight these kinds of people.
She folds her arms and she says, "Of course, we'll provide you. How many wands do you think you need?
Certainly not for all of us.
I can use them. Glant can probably use them. We know Nixxi can.
There's no one named Glant here.
Sorry, 3.
She sort of clicks her tongue and
3 of us that can use
squints at
them,
you.
and then 3 of us that can use them, and then each pair will, if we have to split into smaller groups, each pair will have access to it.
You drive a very hard bargain, small one.
Well,
but for our princess, there's no cost. There's no money, no value that can place. Of course, your needs will be met.
Tell me that, ma'am.
Your needs will be met.
Excellent.
Is that all?
Possibly some trial rations, since it will be.
Of course, food will be provided for all of you. Rations, as much as we can provide now.
Excellent. Yeah, so fully stocked carriage, horses to pull it, food, the healing. You wouldn't. I look over. No, I wouldn't know that in character. Sorry, go on. Anybody else? I look over at Lani and she just said there was no price too high. Like.
Well, yes, but they also need to be able to maintain some semblance of order inside of their city that just had an uprising, and their king has been murdered.
She smiles tersely at Laniel. Thank you for your understanding. Sorcerer. You remind me of my son. And she
What's
says,
his name, Agnes?
It's Veyron.
What?
Oh.
Veyron Tur.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit, I completely missed that.
Yeah. So she says, I don't know about magical equipment beyond the healing and the supplements. However, if you want anything, if you want anyone more well-versed, Veyron would be the best person to talk to. Meanwhile, she turns to the guard and says, bring them whatever they need. A map, get the rations, get everything in order. And the guard nods and quickly scampers off.
Okay. Do we have anything?
Oh my god.
I turn to the commander, asking if everything will be alright considering the war rebellion just happened. Or happens.
She sighs and she says, I'm not quite sure, which is why I'm hoping that once the princess is back, we'll be able to get some form of semblance of order back in our society. However, me and Veron will have to stay here to try and quell the rebellion as best as we can and find the source of it so that we may root it out. And she sort of pulls up her hand and clenches it, the glove, sort of making the sound, and destroy it.
Laniel, oh god.
Um,
Well, you don't know that Laniel needs ammo.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
you saw the crossbow. It's kind of hard to
No.
hide when you're not wearing armor or
Yeah,
anything.
but you don't know that he does.
I know. No, she's not saying that with the idea of getting you armor because you don't have any. Just getting you a shit ton of ammo now, so you don't have to buy any later.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how best to phrase this question. Give me a moment.
Take your time.
in the
Can we assume that
meantime-
we can add the ones to our sheets?
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent.
In the meantime, or no, you
It's
first with your
50. A
bolts.
full wand has 50 charges to
Yeah.
start, right?
The commander sort of clears it. Sorry, Judah?
Laniel tentatively asks, just to satisfy my own curiosity, the guard who let the assassins in, or guards, what was he like?
She sighs and she shakes her head. He was a good man, but I guess along the way something happened.
What is to become of him?
And then she smiles at you, and she sort of reaches up for her sword and says, his time had already come. He is no longer with us.
Laniel nods somberly, and then steps back. Let the other people talk if they want to.
Okay.
I was
She turns to look at Suzuko. She kind of raises an eyebrow at how drunk Suzuko is, and she kind of tentatively says, "We will get you. We will try to get you the whoosh."
All the whoosh.
I just want to clarify. I wasn't asking Spinkta, the one she said to talk to about getting stuff. That was who I was asking for the
Ammo. So you want to
extras.
talk to the guard?
Yeah, Jules does have some sense of manners and that. Like, this is
So
the
you-
important one in charge. Talk to the supply guy for supplies.
Okay, so you go to. So you want to scamper off to the guard. You stop him before he can leave, and then just kind of.
Yeah, I just
Ask
catch
him
up
to
with
add.
him and just start adding things to his shopping list.
Okay, so you add bolts
Um,
and you add arrows.
Yeah, and the bucklers.
And
Unfortunately,
Diana's...
they have no bucklers to spare because most of the guards are still using them to fend off the rebellion.
And Diana's...
Right.
Not Suzu's ammo, which are...
Yeah. If Nixxi, I assume you know the actual item names and that.
Rocks, stone.
No, like she has specific
sling bullets.
ammo
Bullets,
slings,
smoke
specialty
bullets.
shit.
Yeah, smoke
Oh,
bullets.
that is nice.
Let me see.
Nauseating damage. Expensive as
Oh,
fuck,
seriously?
but yeah. Yeah.
Dang, Christ, you're bleeding my country. You're bleeding my city dry. Sure, take that. Suzu, you get 20 of those. That's all they can afford for you right now.
I'm gonna just tentatively, not really expecting any other ones. Because why not?
No, she can, but
Okay,
it'll put her. She'll put her in. It'll put her in even 10. It'll put her into medium encumbrance. So I dropped the bedroll. But if it was 20,
Okay, then just take 10 then.
Nixxi.
I'll take.
No, Nixxi, just to tell you what the rest of us are doing, we've got a set of equipment which we don't use regularly, labelled as a backpack, and we're just running it that we drop the backpack at the start of a fight, so we operate at normal encumbrance. Did you get the Masterwork backpack?
I did.
She did.
If
Well, then just put it
everybody-
in your backpack and do it the same way we're doing. Just keep 3 of them in your belt.
Welcome back. Back, mega back.
Okay.
Backpack.
Mega
Also-
was the one who found the backpack.
Pack back. Pack
Point
back is
taken.
backpack.
Not all
Right.
the shit.
I'll tell you what, I interrogate the bloody supply guy and just like, right, do you have any wands? Like, just basically start asking about all.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I was told, to ask for stuff, so I corner him away from Sphincter to make sure she doesn't start immediately objecting and just start asking shit.
He kind of looks very nervously away, trying to find any sort of help he can get. But basically, he tells you, we don't have much to spare because of what's happening here, but we'll give you all we can.
Okay. Does that end up being any extra ones, or...?
Nope.
Fuck.
Nothing extra. I'd like to talk with the commander just for a little bit.
Of course.
Can I get some masterwork daggers?
Christ almighty.
Because the masterwork, you have to like custom it. They have nothing on hand for
Alright.
you.
Right,
Yeah.
I'll just grab one more dagger then, because one's... No, I didn't throw that one. No, I did.
You
I
threw.
just
You
put it out of
threw.
his throat.
Yeah,
Fuck
you
it.
can just steam dagger.
Have you seen what my swords have ended up in?
A mess.
I'm carrying around my spare two strapped to the bottom of my backpack just in case these ones get fucked.
Okay, Miraz, what would you like to ask the commander?
I want to ask Commander about a bit more about the rebellion, or rather specifically if she was knowledgeable around about the nobilities, that the connections, that the kingdom, this town has possible connections to.
Also,
Both
you show
frankly-
her the thing.
Yeah, I also want to ask Suzuka if possibly she will show one, since she picked up some of them.
Yeah, so
armbands?
she.
I will roll diplomacy if Suzuka won't talk to me.
You get a band, you get a band, everybody gets a band. Bunch of trumpet players come out of the walls.
Oh, also, I would suggest that maybe everybody tries to grab one in case, like, we could still ask around because we're coming back to this town anyways. And while we are out of this town, we could always ask about what the other kingdom could possibly be, or if this sign is known anywhere else.
She Sphincter sort of shakes her head. I must require all of you to leave in the guise of the night, by one of our passageways. They must not know where you're going. And as you show her the armband, she sort of squints at it and she nods. This is the one that the rebellion holds. Yes, we've managed to find that one of them links to a noble house right under our noses, whom we're going to go after. We've tried to track them down today, but to no avail. They seem to have vanished. The family of Zonblum.
That much I knew already. It's about the other sign that's connected to this.
She nods and in acknowledgement, and she stares at it a little longer before she sort of sucks her teeth in. This emblem is associated with a noble family in a distant land, the land of Amarantine.
Well, if we get any information about that, when we return.
I hear that
the
they have a
princess-
heir who is a sorcerer. She tells you.
Hmm.
The family is not of clean blood, if you will. I hear that they have obtained a lot of power since the king's death, and they're seeking to expand. Though I'm not sure why they would want to choose here.
Had this kingdom had any affiliations with that distant
Pardon?
kingdom? Like, did these kingdoms have any deals? Like, are they connected in any way?
Sphincter shakes her head. We're too far away from them to do any sort of direct trade. Any resources that we get from them or them from us is indirectly through our neighboring kingdoms. So I don't know why they'd be here of all places.
Well, if it comes along the way, we might investigate into that, but I'm not willing to make any promises. Considering it really
She
is a
nods her head.
faraway
Please do.
kingdom.
Of course. I expect not. I expect. I don't expect you to go out of your way to do this for us. We will do our best to try and elevate as much of this issue as we can. For now, adventurers, all we beseech you to do is find our princess and bring her home, so that we may try and get someone of blood related onto the throne that the people trust.
Laniel pipes up. The assassins who murdered your king, they are linked to the ones who killed the king of Emerantine 3 years ago, yes?
She grits her teeth and she says, "That I cannot ascertain. I know nothing of the. I know little of the assassins who were involved in the events of Emerantine."
Laniel nods silently and comments that, well, if they are the same, then we can track them down.
She sort of she looks at you and she nods slowly. "If you do, contact us, and we will be more than willing to render you assistance in any way we deem fit,
Of course.
deem possible." Okay. Suzuko burps and she looks at you and she says, "Excuse you. Bless you." Gesundheit.
What's the stats on the bombs?
Bombs, I believe you have to actually be proficient with them. Give me a second.
I'm just thinking, like, what size are they? Because Suzu might be able to fire them.
Suzu. I believe they're too big for her to fire. Like from her sling.
Yeah. Oh, if they're alchemist ones, they run out after a day.
Yeah.
Right, okay, they're useless, but I've just seen Glant's got one of the acid ones, and does anybody else want the other one?
I don't think there's any use for Lyanna to have them, so.
Mirror mostly fights on the front lines, so it's really practical to have.
I'll offer Suzu it. Suzu?
What?
Do you want an acid bomb?
Okay.
Right, it's 1d6 splash damage. And we got triple the healing we wanted to. So, excellent.
Christ, and you still haven't even gotten your money from the end of this session.
Oh, we get money? Excellent.
You get a bit of money, yes.
Good, because I've got more stuff to spend on.
Of course. So are you all about ready to wrap up? Any more questions?
Not for Sphincter, no.
Not supposed to. Okay, and then
Your
okay. You feel that?
your pronunciation of her name is getting more and more strange as time goes on, Kira.
Who's
Sphincter, sphincter.
He's tired, okay?
I keep trying to call it like Sphinx instead, because my brain doesn't want to accept Sphincter is a name.
Sphincter?
No, I just had to use the other two words first.
Okay, so
Laniel has no further questions.
Okay, so as the night dies down, she gestures you sort of to the corridor that the guard went through, and she says, "It'll be safe for you to rest for a while in the barracks. You should be able to find Veron there until we ready all your equipment."
Lyanna's head perks up and realizes, wait, he's your son?
Yes, I adopted him when he was a young child. His mother died from an ailment.
Oh. Then she just nods and like, I don't know. Just nods at her. I don't know how to describe it, but like
She smiles at you and she nods at it. It's okay, I understand. After all, I look too young to have given birth to him. And she kind of shows herself off a little bit. Okay, as all of you make your way towards to the barracks through the corridor and all that stuff, you manage to find yourselves in a sort of a small little room with a small little restroom, and the door swings open and Veron walks in, and he hands Laniel a wand silently. It looks a little worn, but nonetheless, it's in working condition.
What is it?
You ask him?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yep.
He says,
Figure it out.
It
bitch.
only has a few casts left, maybe 5 or 10. I can't remember. However, it contains the spell Flaming Sphere, the one you saw me use earlier. It might be able to help
Holy
you,
shit.
hopefully.
Wait, what level spell is that?
2.
Fuck, right. Okay, no.
Use
You
it
know me.
for Use it for emergencies, he tells you.
Will do. Thank you very much.
and sort of smiles at you and then walks off, closes the door. And that's the end of the session.
Veyron masturbates furiously in his room. Yeah, I was gonna mention.
I'm hoping that sort of the quells his desire to burn everything.
Laniel shrieks every time he casts.
Okay, if that's all, that's the end of the session. Everyone can rest now.
Alright.
No, thank you
Thank
all
you,
for being so
Donlight.
great and for
Thank
dealing
you.
with me fumbling.
It's
Thank
okay.
you. Thank you,
I'm
everybody,
going
for
to
making me here.
calculate your EXP gains now. My pizza is cold now.
Cold pizza's
You did
okay.
really well. Especially with the big battles, because those are an absolute pain in the arse to deal with.
Yeah.
And like the only
I
thing...
didn't realize how much of a pain it was. I'm glad you told me about the group thing. I'm really, really
it's,
grateful.
Like,
Yeah,
it's not
Nixxi.
it's not official rules, but you